You don't want to try to eat all that stuff here.
No, I don't want to eat all that. I've been working really hard at the gym.
Yeah. Oh, good for you. You look toned, by the way.
Thanks.
I just want to tell you.
Well, thanks, you know.
Now that would be mine. Could you hold on to the camera for a second while I go get some? Yeah, use the camera.
Oh, okay.
Number 52.
Oh my God.
Number 54, pick up please.
Okay, so back to the Z Talent Report here. We have Kristen, who calls herself Lady Hatchet, LadyHatchet.com. Just did a great performance here at our lowly little stage at Z Burger in Columbia Heights, inside the Tivoli Theater former lobby. So actually, the stairs behind us would have led to the balcony of the former Tivoli Theater, and you really you sung a variety of music, and it must have made you hungry because I could see.
Oh man, I'm so hungry. Yeah.
You were talking about Taylor Swift and Katy Perry, who I just love her music.
Oh, wow,
I think she's
this is great.
You like it? Would you get a regular burger?
I got a veggie burger because I'm a vegetarian.
So did I.
But you know what? Like, this has a lot of flavor to it, and I'm seeing like green vegetables in it, which is what I want. Well, that's what I want in a veggie burger, you know?
Sure.
I'm not a huge I don't want it to be all just like soy protein. Like, this has like other stuff in it. And
Now, this
flavor.
has a lot more flavor than some of the ones that I've tasted in the past.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Yes, it is. So I'm glad to know that you appreciate the fact that we have an actual veggie burger.
I was, some of your competitors make it really difficult as a vegetarian to go in and eat. And so I was pleased to see that you have an actual veggie burger on your menu. So that made me really thank you, Z Burger.
Well, I also want to put in a little plug because over in the Tenley area, the second Z Burger that opened, we just opened a salad area, a create your own salad. And it opened this past month, and it has really taken off. It's a huge salad, so we'll have to bring you over there and treat you to a salad.
Fantastic.
And then you'll get a feel for the range of our capabilities there as well.
Wow, there's so much deliciousness, I can barely contain it in one bite.
You're tailor-made for commercials, I can tell. By the way, I gave you my Oreo cookie shake as a sign that I really appreciate your talent.
Thank you.
And I was curious as to whether you've ever been here before.
No, I have not. When I lived in DC, this was like a pit. Actually, maybe this was here, but it was the Tivoli Theater was here, but it wasn't operational. Target was just
No, you're not old enough to remember the original Tivoli.
No, I'm older than you think I am.
You're a baby compared to some of the people that live around here that remember.
We'll let you keep thinking that.
Well, are you old enough to drive? Is my question. Just kidding.
You're too kind. I like you.
But you do relate to Katy Perry and Taylor Swift.
Well,
so that tells you something.
Only because my students do. I'm more of
You did some Madonna, by the way.
I'm more of a Madonna,
Give you the
Cyndi
props.
Lauper,
Gotta give you your
Whitney
props for that.
Houston.
Yes, I understand.
When you want to talk about my personal pop divas, that's who they were.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, I'm pretty excited for this.
Okay. Drum roll for the for the milkshake. It takes a while to get up the straw when it's that thick.
No, that's important. That's important. When I was in college, I worked at Ben & Jerry's, and there's a term for that, spoonably thick.
Okay.
It's like it's hard to get them through the.
You hear that, folks? She can remember when she was in college. That makes her young.
Well, it's kind of a blur, but not because it was so long ago.
Okay.
This is delicious. It's so delicious it's so thick I can't even use a straw. I have to just
It's got real
spoon it
bits of
up.
Oreo cookie in there.
That's important.
Yes, it's authentic.
Wow. The ratio of ice cream to milk is perfect. You don't want to be. Actually, the testament of a good milkshake is if you can't get it through the straw.
Oh, true.
I think that's like the real litmus test. It's like if I'm sucking it through the straw, it might as well just be milk.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
flavored milk.
Yeah, yeah.
No, this is delicious.
So, in any case, you were saying that you've learned a range of things that are Americans can really appreciate from the pop tune aspect. And it must be difficult sometimes to decide what you want to do because you have so much to work with.
Well, it's true. It definitely it can be hard to decide what I want to do next, but oftentimes that's when I try to let the people dictate what I'm going to play. Like if I see really wee little children, I'll play like Disney songs, or even I'll say to the kids, I always love it if the kids are here, I'll be like, what do you want to hear? Like, and sometimes they say like ridiculous things like, I want to hear Old MacDonald, and I play a 5-minute Old
Sure.
MacDonald, you know?
Yeah.
Or sometimes, you know, you get people who are, you know, like older. Like, I love it when I see old couples, because then I'll hit them with like My Girl.
Oh, sure.
I'll hit them with I'll hit them with that and Pretty Woman. What else do I do? And then sometimes I'll find you know, if you see the hipsters, you try to hit them with something kind of like,
Sure.
do the Britney Spears cover, because they're gonna be like, whoa, that's so like.
You try to read your audience.
Try to read your audience
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
You know, sometimes you see like fashion ladies, and well, that's when I'll hit them with like some pop.
Sure.
You know,
Gotcha.
You see like the rocker dudes, and maybe you'll hit them with like Bruce Springsteen.
I know what you'll like. And then they might turn around and say, well, I actually prefer this. Can you
You
do
know, that
too?
happens sometimes, but I don't
Do you know Stravinsky in D minor?
know. Another girl from Ipanema?
Oh, well, do you know that one, Aaron?
I do.
I'm sure you know people that know it.
Not many.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking.
I love that song.
Yeah, indeed.
Doesn't always go over well, but every now and then you find somebody who likes it, and they're like, oh, I'm so glad you played
Yeah, I was going to say, I would think especially at garden parties,
Yeah.
that would be a winner.
Yeah, because I play a lot of garden parties.
Sure. Or maybe wedding receptions or something like that.
I'm trying to get into that.
Yeah,
market.
beach parties, that sort of thing.
Beach parties, man. That's what I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
all about reggae and come on, baby, let the good times
Sure
roll.
enough.
And that kind of stuff.
Sure enough. Okay, well, I could just say emphatically that those of us who are here really appreciated it, and we want to try to make sure that we get the word out so that the next time that you come through our little place, that there'll be a lot more people to see it. And if you're available, because it's going to be difficult to get you. I know you're very, very busy with a
Oh my
huge
goodness.
summer schedule.
This was show number 2 in a string of 11 shows in 8 days
Aha.
with 5 different groups in 4 different states and the District of Columbia. I get tired just saying that.
Well, you're not complaining, I'm sure, especially if these are paid gigs.
How can I complain when I have this delicious sandwich with this like tasty beverage?
For the moment, you cannot complain.
No.
Because it may not be this good everywhere you go.
No,
Or
not at all.
it might be more lucrative, but we don't know. Hopefully it will be for you. And if you get some of your own music, I assume you may have written something here or there.
I have.
Okay.
I have a group. We're called the Scotch Bonnets. It's like
How appropriate.
funky reggae rock steady. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
As a reggae band, I find that actually, it's the primary ingredient in jerk sauce.
Ah,
And when I was looking up jerk sauce, I was looking up how to make jerk sauce.
yeah.
And I heard about Scotch bonnet peppers, and then I did a little research on them, and it's the name that the Scottish explorers gave to the pepper when they saw it when they came to the Caribbean. And being a Forbes, I was like, of course, Scotch bonnets.
Sure.
That's what I'm going to name my band.
Sure.
So we've gone through different incarnations, but at the end of the day, it's me and my songs.
Sure.
And you know, like I love good songwriting, but I also love like the reggae groove. So it's kind of like pairing good songwriting with just like that island rhythm. So
Yeah, you really did capture that that style, and you kind of have that look too sometimes. I mean, depends on how you want to interpret the bandana, but you always think of.
Do you want to know what that is?
What is that?
I got up at 7:30 this morning and didn't feel like doing my hair. So it's like, it's summertime, it's like, bloop, bloop, done.
I almost thought maybe there's like an Annette Funicello kind of 50s kind of thing, doo-wop-ish kind of
Right?
thing.
One of my old roommates, when he was describing my personal aesthetic, he liked to say, "Oh, Kristen, you're like punk rock Patty Duke." I'm like, it's true. I'm not trashy vintage. I'm classy vintage.
Yeah, but you do have a bit of a tattoo fetish. I saw that. What happened with that?
When you go through wars,
do you
come out with scars.
But you look so fresh. That's the part that surprises. It seems sort of incongruous for you to have a tattoo. Because you look so wholesome, like a milk drinking kind of.
That doesn't mean I'm not wholesome.
No, I know.
It's like soldier. It's more like when sailors go to war, they get tattooed.
Oh.
I kind of feel like, I put on my business card that I'm like a musical warrior.
Oh, is that
and
it?
It's true because, it's a wonderful life and I love my life, but it's hard and like there's, I'm constantly running and doing a lot of things and, over the years I've caught a lot of gripe from dudes who are like, "Oh, are you the merch girl? Oh, who are you sleeping with? You're not here to play music." And it's just like, "Oh, that's nice. Like, you play guitar. That's cute. You're in a, but I have a real band and like we're doing, like I've been patronized. I've been."
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of times it's about the insecurity of the people that you're dealing with, and they maybe actually be intimidated by you.
Yes.
Because number one, you're very physical. You look like you're pretty large. Yeah, exactly. You look like you're quite capable with a name like Hatchet. One would assume. But the second thing is that when someone hears your voice and sees your versatility, I can assume that they might be intimidated by that.
Yeah, I think that when I was younger, it was harder for me to understand that. But now, as I'm older, I see it. But now that I'm older and I've been doing this a little longer, I get the respect of my peers, and it's not. I mean, it's still hard. It's still a struggle, but it's not quite as hard. And a lot of things that in the past might have seemed like detriments have become more like assets. Like, yeah, I am a woman. Yeah, I am like a strong woman, independent, and I can play. Like, I can really play. I can really sing. I can write songs. Like, I can do these things. And
but what is that? I don't think that should be a surprise anymore, considering, I'm older, so my generation came up with Diana Ross or with, and you played some Chrissy Hynde. I remember the group Heart. That was Ann and Nancy Wilson. That's right. I remember them. And God knows, where does it start and where does it end? Not to mention Madonna, like you played earlier. So,
I think it's like, yeah, there are women, and there have been, and there continue to be. But on the day-to-day, like you have to think about the degenerates who play music, and how it's like a lot of little boys. It's like Peter Pan. It's a lot of boys.
You're not talking about Justin Bieber, are you?
No, I'm
Okay.
just talking about like Peter Pan syndrome, more or less. Like that.
Okay.
Like,
What is that?
like the men who are like little boys and who don't want to grow up, and they live in this insular world where it's like,
Who's going to want to admit to that? Who's going to want to admit
they
to be
don't,
one of
they don't want to admit it, but
Okay.
it's like it's just the way it is.
They stand accused.
And they just like, I think a lot of guys in music relate to women as groupies, but they don't necessarily relate to them as peers all the time.
Okay.
And it's so for someone like me to come along, especially someone who's not like, like, I mean, I'm not like,
I think I know where you're going with this.
like, it's.
Is there a bit of
hard to-
feminism in your work? Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of it, but it's not like I'm trying to, like, I'm not
You're not pushing it too hard, right?
I'm not pushing it like it's not my agenda.
But you did say, you know, your name is Hatchet.
No, do you
Gotta
want to know where
remember
that? No, you want to know where that comes from?
Okay.
It comes from playing reggae because
Oh, I
it's
see.
the like.
Is that the Hatchet strum? Yeah, I got it. But see, I wouldn't have known that.
It's like this motion.
I would have thought maybe she's part Indian. Or
I am a little bit Cherokee.
oh,
before you
okay.
get
Yeah. Is that what happened?
A little bit.
Or maybe, you know, again.
Ferocity.
Right. That's what I get out of it. But nonetheless, one can read your website and get a feel for where you're coming from, where you're going, so to speak. And right now she's at Z Burger, soon to be made famous by this experience. We will be on the same, mentioned in the same breath as a Hard Rock Cafe as a result of having had Kristen here.
Sounds great.
And we really appreciate
I'm
your
excited to be
skills.
part of it. Well, thank you so much.
Your skills
for
and
having me.
ability. You're more than just number 52 here on the, which was your order number.
You
by the
know
way.
it. Look at all these fries I still have to eat.
Yes,
Oh my goodness.
yes. That. Let's see if you can hatch it through those.
Oh my God.
It might take a while. All right, signing out for now here at Z Burger, Columbia Heights, with the lovely portraiture and murals completed by an Italian master, A. Battisti, right above here. And there's Kristen trying out the onion rings, the O-rings, as we say here.
Oh, those are tasty too.
All right, salute.